Good morning. How are you doing? Happy Easter, everybody. Beautiful Easter morning. Thanks be to God. It's nearly 7 o'clock, so I said I better start doing a vlog. The whole week is gone, and I have been trying to get to do this, and it's not happening. My beautiful kids are home from school for the Easter holidays, so I'm trying to pump in as much time as I can with them and enjoy the few 2 weeks that we have off. Things are great, thanks be to God. I'm trying to think of what we could talk about today, and I suppose things that have kind of resonated in my life during the week. I'm trying to put together, just do a little talk for you today. The first one I suppose I want to talk to you about is, balance in life and being good to yourself. This is something that I think is very important. When I was in casualty there a couple of weeks ago, I met a lovely, lovely lady outside the door, and we were talking, and she was there with her mum. Her mum was quite elderly and sick, and she was in A&E for many days, unfortunately. And the woman was feeling really, really, really sorry for her children at home, because she wasn't there basically for the kids, and but by no fault of her own, and she was feeling so guilty. And I mean, there was no solution to that. She needed to be there for her mum, and she needed to be there for her kids. So not that I'd be any great expert on it, but I was just saying, you have to cut the ties with this guilt, because you're doing as good as you can in the situation that you've been given, and your kids will be able to manage a couple of mornings to put their Rice Krispies in a bowl. You'd be surprised how actually strong and good children can be when they're put in these situations. They're brilliant, really. I know by my own children, they're well able to cope, and I'd be here worrying and praying that everything would be okay for them, but they're well able to manage. And that lady was doing all she could, but yes, she was swamped over with guilt. So I've been thinking about her a little bit, and the way we always feel guilty about things that really we can't really help. We're only human beings. I think, a mantra for mothers should be good is good enough. You do the best you can in the situation you're given, with the knowledge you have, and go with that, and cut the ties of this guilt, because number one, it gets you nowhere in feeling guilty. And we don't all have to be Martha Stewart jumping around the kitchen. We can just be as good as we possibly can be, love them unconditionally, and be there for them when they need you. But I'll also know that there's other places that you need to be at times too. Like that lady was trying to look after her mum, so her heart was definitely in the right place. Like, your health is your wealth. This is another thing I was thinking about. Your health is your wealth, because it's a matter of getting balance in your life properly. And when I say balance, I mean spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally. To get that balance in, you get a balance there. It's just kind of, I'm not saying it's a nirvana of life or anything, but it is possible. There's no genetic reason why we can't choose to have balance in our lives. We all can do it, with a little bit of a shift here and a shift there. A funny story, actually. Well, I think it's funny. I was watching a few of these clips when I was in hospital before I started even this vlog, and the lady was on, and she was talking about time blocking, which I thought was very interesting. She was saying, we all have the same amount of time. Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey, any of these people have the same amount of hours in the day as we do. And how in the name of God can all of Shaughnessy not fit in a few little things in a day? It seems to be impossible. So she was talking about a thing called time blocking, and I thought it was very interesting. And I mean, it's very simple, really. It's not rocket science, but the way she said it, it just resonated with me. That, when you go to school and you have a year to do Irish, English, maths, all the subjects, how in the name of God do they fit all of the syllabus in? So basically, it's very simple. You go into school, we'll say 9:30. At 10:10, you take off, the Irish books are finished, you put them into your bag, you take out your English books, you work on that until 11:15, you put them in the bag, they're gone again. So it's a matter of giving time, 100% of your time to one thing only, and not letting anything else crowd that. I have tried it, it definitely does work, it's excellent. Now, the only thing about it is, it doesn't work all the time. You're not going to have a set day, that everything just fits into your timetable. We're not stupid, we're human beings, life happens, as we well know. So like for the one I've done now, for the school, like I'd say, I get up in the morning and I check my emails and my little bit of social media from 7 to 8. And if the kids are down then at 8 o'clock, which they would be, all that is put away, no matter what is there, that is put away, and you concentrate completely on getting the kids ready for school and talking to them and seeing how their day is starting off, making sure that it's hopefully on a good foot. I go to the school then, and I give myself till 10 for the school run, because you meet the mammies and you want to talk. There's no point saying I'll be here at 9:30 to do something, because realistically it won't be. Because can you actually imagine I like to talk? So surprise, surprise, I happen to find someone that might listen to me. So I give it till 10 o'clock. So that has worked. Now, I've said it to my husband couple of times, and one evening we were going to the hospital, he was collecting me from chemo, and he had cows calving, and he said, if you go on much more about this time blocking, my God, he just wasn't having any of it. It was actually quite funny. He stressed out to the nines trying to get things done, and me going on about time blocking. But like I said, there's no genetic reason why you can't do it if it won't work all the time. But if it works 2/3 of the time, I'll give you a little bit of a break. I just think, if Tom was collecting me, if you could just say, well, I'm collecting on over that time, that's it. And then we'll get home and we'll get lessons on with the kids, or we'll go farming for the 2 hours. Give himself a little chance. Not that he has to be doing everything and juggling everything, because obviously you worry when a person is rushing too much, especially on a farm. As we know, farmers can be very dangerous, and you need to give everything 100%. Because when you are doing 2 things at the same time, nothing is getting 100%. Both are getting 70 or 80. So you're not really doing anything, or yourself justice, or whatever you're setting up to do. It's not justice either, because you're not really getting 100% at anything. So basically that was kind of what I wanted to talk about, just getting this balance in life. And I wanted to talk about the mother's guilt and the mantra. There were some things I wanted to cover. Now, another thing I wanted to cover was, excuse me, I'm after actually having half an Easter egg. I should be shot. Now, I did it for the person that bought it from me, because I felt, they were good enough to bring me an Easter egg. It would be very mean of me for not to eat it. One Easter egg, I promised myself, one, no more. That's more of it, isn't it? More guilt, but no, I know I have to try and not be eating chocolate. It's not good for me, but everyone else have a great Easter. Eat away, because that's what it's all about. That's what I actually wanted to say as well. Ways in being good to yourself. Little things, small little things every week can really lift a person's spirit. And if you're feeling good on the inside, it will show on the outside, or vice versa. If you eat crap food, you're not going to look well. Whereas if you eat good food, it will show. Like mind, if you have good thoughts, it will show. I think everything reflects. So what I'm saying is, every mother or girl, woman, child, man, everybody needs a little treat. Once a week, maybe once a day. Why not? It doesn't have to cost you money. You can do beautiful things for yourself to make your inner spirit feel good without costing a fortune. So I was just thinking of a few, and I was jotting them down during the week, because I do a lot of these things myself. I think having your hair blow dried once a week is a lovely treat. It's not the cheapest thing, but hey, isn't it worth it? I mean, I'm lucky if I get my hair blow dried. It nearly always lasts the full week. But other people wouldn't be as lucky. But it is a treat if you like going to the hairdressers, which I do, and have a chat and sit back and have your coffee and meet other ladies. I think that's lovely. Having my nails done. I like to have my nails done once a month. I do enjoy that. I just feel good when you have these little things done. It makes you feel good inside, and I think it just makes you feel that you're worthwhile, and that you do it just because you're a mum or a wife or a mother or a daughter, and you have roles in life. Doesn't mean you can't look after the main person, because the mother is really the engine of the train, if you want to call it that, and your family or your passengers. So the engine of the train has to be working well. So that would be one, to be good to yourself. Another one I would say is to set boundaries. You need boundaries in your life. There's a cut-off point with everything. We can all give, which is lovely. To give to people and take. We're allowed to take as well, but there has to be boundaries, and set boundaries for yourself. So it's okay to say no at times. I find we were going to dinner there one night, a gang of us, and one girl couldn't go. I really admired her, because she said, if I go, I'm not feeling well, I'll just resent the dinner. I just won't be happy because I don't feel well enough. And I kind of said, fair play to you. She knew in her heart and soul she wasn't able to go. And she just said, no, I'm not going to go, because I'm going to resent it, and I don't want to. When I go to dinner with you girls, I want to enjoy it. And she just wasn't feeling up to it. So I thought that was a good example of sticking to her boundaries, and knew that there was a cut-off point for her, that she was not able to do it. So I liked that. Then another one I would be saying would be to be yourself, to be happy in your own skin. Now, that's not the easiest. It could take a lifetime to master the skill of that, but I think maybe it's because when you turn 40, maybe it might be something to do with it, or obviously when you come down with an illness, you see things different. But to be happy in the skin that you're in. There's nobody in the whole wide world like you, so that's something to go by. And if you're not yourself, you're nobody. Who are you? I always think of Will Smith. I'm a big fan of Will Smith. He always said when he was going to interviews, he was his own biggest fan. And now that sounds like he's a big, maybe he is, I'm sure he has a big ego, but he has worked hard. But he said he's his own biggest fan, and if you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect other people to believe in you? And like I said, that's a skill that could take a lifetime to learn. But I think if you love yourself, and if you love other people, And I suppose if you love what's around you, and what you have, I think that would equal to quite a balanced life. You're getting it pretty right there then, because there are things that you can't change. You are who you are. This is the skin you've been given. You're coming in the skin, you're going out in the skin, and that's all. You can't bring anything with you. So enjoy it. It isn't a dress rehearsal. Today is the day. Get out there and embrace life and enjoy it. It's Easter Sunday. What a beautiful day. And I think the sun is going to come out, and just enjoy the day, I suppose. Let me see. Other ways to be good to yourself, I would think. Well, I love to do, actually, I wrote out some stuff which I hope I can find now. Things that I would think you could try during the week for yourself. I think this could be it. I was saying about the blow dry, having the blow dry or the nails on is a nice one, a weekly one or a monthly one, just during the day, just to maybe sit down with a nice cup of coffee. I mean, I had my lovely brewed coffee there a second ago in the peace and quiet, and I went out to the back door, opened it for the dogs to go out, and I was listening to the birds. So simple, so nice, but so nice and so peaceful. It didn't cost me anything apart from the coffee, but it was really, really nice. And that was a nice thing to do for Easter Sunday morning. Just the whole solitude and how quiet it was beautiful. I suppose another thing is, let me see, go for a nature walk like we used to do when we were in school years ago. Just go for it. Bring the kids if you need. If you want to go on your own, but you can go on your own as well and just listen to the sounds of nature, without sounding like a tree hugger. It's really, really lovely. Just that peace and quiet and all the stuff that's going on around us that we're so busy at times we don't even notice. So nice nature walk. Another lovely one that I love to do, maybe on a Saturday morning, is I just love to strip all the beds and then put on lovely crisp white sheets. And when you hop in then on Saturday night, you have this beautiful warm, fresh, clean bed, and it's beautiful. You just feel so good, and you rest better. So that's another nice little treat you can do for yourself. I have another one which people might think I'm crazy, but I love certain perfumes. I wouldn't love every perfume, but I know exactly what I like. And of course, Olive loves Chanel, the dearest bloody perfume you can get. But I do believe, even now that I'm not working, I still believe I deserve it. So I said it to Tom, I think it was 2 years ago. He was over in America. I said, when you come back, just bring me back a bottle of it was the Mademoiselle, the Chanel. And I loved that. My cousin used to wear it a lot, and I really, really liked it. So I said, just bring back a small bottle. It's fine, small bottles are grand because I change a lot. But of course, poor old Tom came back with the big bottle. So I love it. It's my favourite perfume out of all the Chanel bottles I have. That's the one I run for all the time. But when I say all the bottles, the Chanel Mademoiselle is actually in my kitchen. I have it on a shelf over there. And what I do, you may think I'm crazy, but some nights when I'm here on my own and there's nobody around, or during the day, I often just give it a couple of sprays for me to enjoy. I know people will keep it in the room till they're going out, but I mean, hello, it's it. I want to enjoy it. I've already the full bottle gone, but I really love the smell of it. It makes me feel, just elegant and nice, and I don't know, I love it. I mean, like I said, I could be going around in my pajamas at 3 o'clock in the morning spraying the Chanel perfume. Another little tip too, I don't know whether people will do this or not, but I do it at times. When you're putting on a load of clothes in the dryer, you can get these little things. They're like an aero ball made of aero board. That's what I'm trying to say. And you put it into the dryer, and it's meant to bring down the timing of your dryer, the dry quicker. See, I don't know why I like it. Is I just spray perfume on it or some nice scent and throw it into the dryer, and then all the clothes have that beautiful smell. That's just something nice as well. It's lovely to put on something really nice and clean and get that lovely fresh smell of the smells you like. That would be another one I have. And we'll just go back to that again for 1 second. I was with a lady one day who was after buying a bottle of Chanel perfume. Oh my God, it drove me crazy. She wasn't wearing it, she was minding it for this occasion. And I said, well, wear it. Where? Why didn't you wear it today? Oh no, I'm minding it. And by the end of the conversation, I said, you know what, bring it back to the shop. Because I said, you're never going to wear it. And you knew the price of it when you went in. So, I mean, why would you buy something if you're not going to wear it? I never got the concept of that. I think when you get something, you wear it there and then. I mean, gift vouchers. People give me gift vouchers. They don't even go into the purse. I'm going straight to spend them. I'm a devil. Other people would have them for months and months and running to try and get them used before the expiry date. I don't get that. I mean, I'm gone with it straight away. I'm saying I'm right, but I just think enjoy it. You have it and enjoy it. Another one that I think is great, and I'm going to nearly wind up with this one. As easy, you all know I love to journal, but I think that's very, very good for your spiritual balance. That you can write stuff down, you can offload. If you're having a hard time perhaps at work or something you can't change, then you journal that, and you don't have to worry about it until Monday. it's in there. Leave it alone and let it do what it, leave it in the hands of God, and it will sort out. Not to be keeping it in here or up here, because it plays with your mind, and it's not good, as we all know. Stress is not good. So I think journaling is a lovely, lovely way to unwind and de-stress. And what I do, like I said, is I might get a nice Jo Malone candle or something really, really nice, and a nice cup of coffee, and light the candle and sit down and just let it flow. Or a good book to sit down and read. That's good for your mental well-being, to get a good book. I'm reading a really good one at the moment that was recommended by my cousin, Darun. One of my cousins read it, Bernie, and then she gave it to my other cousin Anne, and Anne recommended it to me, and my sister Mary went out and bought it, and she's read it. So I'm the fourth person out of the little group to read it, and I'm so enjoying it. I love to sit down, like, a half an hour, not even half an hour, half a chapter, and I'm falling asleep. But I like to get a chapter a night, so I'm slow at Christmas. God knows she'll have a library of books out by the time I'm finished, but I'm really enjoying it, and it's something to look forward to in the evening when the kids and everything, the kids are fed and lessons are done, and we're just sitting down for that half hour before they go to bed. Instead of watching telly, like, I pull out a book and I'm reading a little chapter of that, and I'm really enjoying it. So I suppose, all in all, that's kind of a wrap for me. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about this morning. Just be good to yourself. It's not a selfish act. Self-preservation, if you can call it, instead of maybe thinking that you're selfish. You're not selfish to take some time for yourself. It's self-preservation. It's doing good for yourself. And it's like, get your own jug full before you give anything to anybody else, because you don't have it. If you're giving, if you have a kind of jug half empty, as they say, you can't give then. You only can give when your jug is full. So get your energy levels to a good place, and yourself and your mind to a good place. Crush the ropes of that guilt, because I suppose it's human nature, we're going to feel a bit guilty about things, but do your best. And as I said, mantra for a mum, good is good enough. That should be enough. You like to think it will be enough, because I know that we all love our children and love our families dearly, and love is the most important thing. There's all is said and done, The Beatles had it right, love is all you need. So with that, I'm going to sign off again till next week, and please God, something will come to me to talk about next week. I hope you find this interesting, and I hope you like it, and if you do, please subscribe or like the video. Like I said, I just leave it into the hands of God, and I hope something comes to me during the week to talk about that resonates with you and that she enjoy. I just think it's important to not be feeling guilty about things, and just get out there, enjoy your life, and have a lovely Easter. Easter is a beautiful time of year, and the kids are off, so enjoy it, and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching. God bless.